Thanks, fam. Welcome back to another lit video.
And as always,
it's your girl Nana.
It's your girl Shy.
And guess what we doing?
We ain't really doing much another day.
No.
We went and just went to Starbucks. We washed up and everything, went to Starbucks, came back. Now, the reason why I'm dressed the way I'm dressed well, she put on a t-shirt. I should have probably put on a t-shirt, but I don't think I have like a t-shirt that's like regular like that. Only like a tank top. But we're in Arizona, and this is kind of like their winter season, but it's not really their winter season. They're dealing with like 80 degree, 70 degree weather. Mm-hmm. So in the last video that we sat here recording, he was like, that just means like in the summertime, it's just going to be scorching hot. Mm-hmm. And you know, for us fellow native New Yorkers, we always be like, if it's like what we sit here say.
If we have a bad winter, we supposed to be having a hot summer or whatever that is.
But we didn't get a bad winter last year. We actually was okay. So given the fact that we was okay last winter, I feel like this winter it's going to be on and popping.
It started kind of early, if you ask me.
Yeah, like I didn't even get to have like no pumpkin latte. Like
I didn't even get to be outside in New York, like for real.
I didn't even get to be in my baggy behind overalls and stuff, taking pictures with the leaves.
It went from summer to winter.
Yeah, and like just like that. But today's video, we sat here, promised you guys that we were gonna be doing a story time. I can't believe this happened to us.
At all.
At all.
This is about to make me mad talking about this.
Do the honors.
Talking about this all over again. So, boom, right? Bada boom, bang. So, Delta. I think I might actually hashtag y'all or tag y'all if I could do that. But Delta done made us so mad. Like, the TSA line was already kind of long. So, we sit here and we're like, oh, okay,
No. Start from the beginning when we entered the cab, the Uber, and go from there.
He didn't really piss me off.
No, but it started from there.
It started from the Uber. So I had a scheduled pickup for us at 6 a.m. He's in front of my building at 5 a.m. I'm like, I guess you're going to be sitting there for an hour because I ain't ready yet. You should have looked at the time. You should have came and picked us up at. Then he sees 20 minutes pass. He's like, oh, okay, I'm going to come back at 6. I'm like, yeah, you really don't got a choice but to come back at 6 because I'm not coming down before that. So then, fast forward, we're in the cab on our way to the airport. He ain't really give us no problems. He got us there in quite some impressive time.
Yeah.
We get there, TSA line is long as ever can be. Forget the TSA line. The lady was already acting a little prickish because I was like, my bag is 2 pounds over. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. She was already with an attitude.
She did.
So then I went to the guy that actually worked for the airline. He let me be. He ain't made me pay no extra because he said it was only 2 pounds over. So we make it past. We go through TSA. Her bag gets pulled. And it got pulled because of her Bible. Guys, I got the same exact Bible. My bags came through just fine. Just fine. Somebody know it could be the type of Bible. I'm like, both. We both got the same Bible. Well, I'm starting to get hot talking about this. Yeah, I'm getting mad.
she, asks me because I'm like, well, the only thing that I have in there is just like my lip gloss, my concealer, and my mascara. I'm like, and that's all travel size. So at the beginning, I really don't know like what was the issue. Like I didn't understand quite much of anything. And then plus, like when we got to the airport, we were still scheduled to be on time for our flight. As far as we were concerned, which was like our flight was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're like, okay, cool, like not a problem. And then we get this notification that the flight is delayed. So I'm like, okay, well, the TSA line, I'm like, okay, well, it's a good thing that it's not scheduled for 8 o'clock because I'm like, we're going to be pissed off. I'm going to be pissed off if we miss it. Because I'm like, and I'm also what's going on in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. It's clear skies. Why are we delayed? Like, it wasn't raining. It wasn't snowing. It wasn't misting. The trees wasn't falling. So I needed certain things to make sense.
And the weather in Arizona was perfectly fine.
Yeah, so I was just kind of confused, but when she sat here, took it out, she was like, do you have any? I'm like, no. I'm like, no. She was like, is this your bag? I'm like, yeah. So she was like, oh, it's because of the Bible. And I'm looking at I'm like, the Bible? I'm like, so in my head, I'm like, y'all really threatened by a Bible? That's like the first thing that enters my mind. And so she said, do you mind? I just have to like flip through it and whatnot. I'm like, no, go ahead, do what you have to do. I'm not panicking because it's just like, I ain't got nothing to hide. Like either you read the Bible or you have your daily devotion. You got your, whatever you got going on. I got whatever I got going on. I like to read my daily devotion on my phone. Sometimes I like to read my King James. And sometimes I like my NLT. So I'm like, okay, well, nothing's in it. You gonna see a bunch of fruity pebbles, meaning highlight after highlight after highlight in the Bible, from the book of Romans to the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation, from Genesis to Revelation. You gonna see some highlights. Okay, not a problem. So she finally clears us. Now we're past everything. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, all right, and I'm looking at, I'm monitoring, on my phone, like our flight situation. So I'm not getting nothing on my end. So we finally go to McDonald's. I'm like, yeah, we hungry, yada, 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 yada.
So pissed off.
And then she checks her phone.
I get a notification. I'm like, bro, we could go ahead and get up off this line because they're boarding. And it's like, it was weird because it was saying delayed, but it never, you know how when it's delayed, it'll show you the time that is the new takeoff time. The time never changed. And I'm like, I get this notification like, okay, we're boarding. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not getting nothing to eat. So we go off the line. Not only are we boarding, we get to the gate. They're not even calling it by groups.
Nope.
They're doing it in a line. So now you got the people that's in the back of the plane putting their stuff in the front of the plane and vice versa. And I'm just like, why? Like, why? I'm getting annoyed at this point because it's too early for this buffoonery. It really is.
And then you got people that's like on some, like I went ahead of like somebody because like, when I see like somebody looks busy or something like that, means you're not ready to be on the line. She was just like, oh, excuse me. And I'm looking at her like,
yeah, she blew mine.
I'm like, you know what? Either I'm really pissed off or y'all doing too much. And I'm only pissed off because it's just like, I didn't eat nothing. I have nothing in my system. I practically pulled an all-nighter, y'all. I didn't fall asleep. She was already in the bed by like 11, I think. Or 10. I didn't really get in the bed, and I even sat here read to try to like, ease my mind, calm my mind down. And I went to bed at 2, but I had to be up at 4, but I wasn't up at 4. I slept the extra hour, but it's a good thing that I slept the extra hour and I'm a light sleeper because she texted me and I looked at the time. I said, oh shoot, let me just get up and start getting ready. So I was just kind of like, I was so aggravated. And then to sit here and then you're not doing the zones properly. Any other time when they waste no time in putting us in the back of the plane, you're doing zones. So the flight there, it was kind of okay. It really felt like 5 hours.
It felt past 5 hours. It felt way longer than that.
I'm like, yo, and I'm mad because I can't sleep. I'm like, come on.
Sorry.
She's uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable because she needs to have the leg. She needs to have like the width. I need to have the leg because I like to stretch out. So she was going through it. She always goes through it every single time.
No. Listen. It's like no matter what. This is why I realized why I paid to sit in the first 5 rows. Like, I used to fly a lot. But then I was like, I could just pay cheaper. We all still gonna get there. No, bro, I see why I used to pay to sit in the first 5 rows. Like, I kid you not. Like, I'm not saying, like, he's big, but, like, he's really long. He's tall.
He had to be, like, 6'1".
And I'm just looking at him like, bro, why are you sitting back here? Like, you need to sit in like Delta Comfort or first class because it's like, you're not even sitting in one seat at this point. You're taking up 2. You're making me uncomfortable. And then I'm leaning into her seat space. He's sitting here as soon as he moved, nudging me in the ribs. And I'm trying my hardest not to be mad because you're tall. It's really not your fault. But it's like, if you know you that tall, why you're not sitting in the emergency exit row? If I'm being honest, the emergency exit row got more space than first class in any flight. Flight.
Like the first class people look like this. And I ain't gonna lie, because y'all already know I'm really petty at times. I was laughing at them. Because I'm like, bro, just imagine, it must sucks and blows to be you. Imagine spending all this freaking money.
No, but in general, I feel like if it's not international, the emergency exit row is bigger than first class.
It is.
And that's because it's an exit.
Yeah.
So you need the space in between the rows.
And of course, just in case anything, you know, also with the exit row, you got to make sure you're willing to, God forbid, if anything happens with the flight, are you willing and able to sit here and
people have to be able to walk through there.
Yeah.
So it still has more space. No matter what the size of the plane is, the exit row always has more, is the most spacious part of the plane.
Yeah.
You should have sat there. Because now you taking up 2 seats, you got me taking up 2 seats, and I'm pushing it to the next person. And then I got the person in back of me pulling down at the back of my seat. And I'm like, it never fails. Every time I get a seat. The flight when we was in Florida, the kid was kicking and screaming. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you some grace because you're a kid.
Yeah.
If it ain't that, it's the person in back of me. It's like, I always get the messed up seat. Like,
last time someone did, like, dang near, like, took the luggage, and I kid you not, I shot up. And it was like, this was like mad close to hitting me. It hit the other guy right in his head. He was like, oh, sorry. I said, I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna definitely sit here and say, if I was, and I'm like, you know what? If I was
not do that. You gonna start a whole fight on the plane.
So we get off the plane. The luggage is a success. It's a success. So now we get the luggage. Now it's time to call the Uber and the Lyft.
Bro, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. We get in this Uber or this Lyft, whatever we took at that day, because this is how mad this made me. Oh, the first Lyft driver canceled on me, and she was right there, and she just canceled.
Yep.
The second person came, okay, cool. So we're in the Lyft getting ready to go to the Airbnb. We arranged for early check-in because the flight is really early. Mm-hmm. We get in there, we're already on the highway. He texts me like, oh, we can't do early check-in as arranged. And I'm looking at the phone, and she sees I'm about to lose my head top. The little bit that's in the noggin is about to be lost. So I'm like, nah, I don't care about none of that. We checking in. Why the hell would you wait? Ooh, damn, I ain't mean to say that. Why would you sit here and wait until we're in the car on the highway to say,